don't know why the DC's there, but it's fine.
What's your official last name?
Shamoun.
How do you spell that?
Chamoun. But DC is part of my old email, so it's not completely outrageous.
Can we fix the website? Okay. And for Z, just add the Z in there. Zane's title is The Z. Please help me welcome Zane.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, and good evening to you all. I'm very excited to finally give my icebreaker speech at Toastmasters, but I just want to say, you know, I'm not just allergic to peanuts, it's also eggs, seeds, some fruits, and I'm lactose intolerant. So I have some troubles there. But I found out about Toastmasters in November. It was our leadership weekend retreat hosted by Baruch College, where I'm a freshman. And the president of Baruch College, he was giving this speech and he briefly mentioned Toastmasters in the speech. And I didn't think much of it at first, but I was interested, somewhat intrigued by it. Then, come around February, I decided to actually look into what he was talking about when he mentioned Toastmasters, did some research on Google, I found this place, and now I'm here giving my icebreaker speech. So I believe that leadership is a critical skill, but when I was younger, I saw it as something completely crippling. I did not want to have the burden of responsibility of being a leader of a group or anything for that matter. But that changed, or my discomfort with taking a leadership role changed when my mixed martial arts instructor, when I was in the 11th grade, my mixed martial arts instructor shared a quote with me, and it really hit home, and it definitely changed my values and just how I look at things. And the quote was this: "The more you get out of your comfort zone, the larger it becomes." Can anyone agree with that, by the way? Awesome. So after he shared that quote with me, I decided, you know, I was at high school in the time, and I figured, you know, it's my responsibility to do as much as I can do to develop myself as the best leader I can be. And so in the 11th grade, I was 3 years into the wrestling team, and I was then promoted to be the captain of conditioning. So if you think burpees, push-ups, running up and down stairs, it was sort of my responsibility to coordinate with our coaches to make sure that our guys were ready for matches. Then my senior year, I was the chairman of Sing, which is a school-led production. It's all student-led, and it sounds good, so it looked good on my college application, but really all I did was collect some money for the musical. Then I also joined the debate team at my high school, where we talked about things like climate change, actually, things like adopting a carbon tax within the US, immigration, things like that. And I was a co-captain on that team, just coordinating our trips, things like that. But the most impactful leadership role I took was as the head of the student government of Midwood High School during my senior year. And it actually almost didn't happen. When I ran my junior year, for my senior year, so this is what happened. So we're on stage, we've been campaigning for about a week or so, not a week or so, a month or so, and I was running against this really, really popular girl, Ariana. And oh my God, so we're there, we're on stage, and my last name starts with C, it's Shamoun, and her last name starts with J, I forgot what it was. So I was to be introduced first at these assemblies, and we would have 3 assemblies throughout the week, one for the junior class, one for the sophomore class, and one for the freshman class. The senior class wouldn't vote because they were leaving. Who do they care who the student government people are? So the host of the election debate, whatever you want to call it, was Miss Kaufman, and Miss Kaufman was introducing us. So she says, "Running for mayor, we have Zane Shamoun." It's completely quiet, right? So I didn't think much about it. I'm like, no problem. And then she goes, "And running against him, we have Ariana John." The place erupts. I'm like, come on. Like, this thing didn't even start and I already lost, right? So that was completely crippling. And this just confirmed my idea that I had when I was younger, that there is a significant burden that comes with leadership. But so after that happened, every single negative thought possible flowed through my mind, like horrible negative thoughts. But somehow I just like turned everything off and I was able to focus and I delivered my speech and thankfully I got it. Yes. So that was before college. Now in college I'm not as active yet. I'm only a freshman. But I am on the Model United Nations traveling team. For those of you that don't know, it's basically, you know, we simulate what goes on in the UN. We pretend to change the world. And yes, tomorrow, I'm actually like nervous for tomorrow because tomorrow I'm going to run for president and that too.
Wow.
So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping for the best. But that's just my leadership experience so far. I look forward to further developing myself as a leader with you all and look forward to seeing you all in the future. Thank you.
1 minute, please, for comments.